So here's a quick one about a guy, husband and wife, whose wife wanted to have an open marriage. And to no surprise, they started doing this, started working out well for the husband. Wife, it's not going too well for her, and she wants to close the whole thing, but he doesn't want to. And now she's threatening divorce and all this drama about this, and once again proving these things don't work out. Title: My wife wants to close, I don't. Devil's advocate apply within. It says the backstory to this is that my wife and I agreed to open our marriage about a year ago. A month or so later, I found a woman with whom I would find a lot of what I wanted in a relationship. The biggest reason for opening was a lack of physical intimacy, not only sex, but cuddles, holding hands, touching, etc. Anyway, my wife is pissed this morning about something, so I asked her what was bothering her. She said she couldn't go on and that she felt hurt, anxious, and jealous anytime I'm out with my partner. Who's the one who wanted to have this open marriage? Whose idea was that? Who, or at the very least, agreed to this whole thing? But clearly things aren't working out with you, so therefore you're not happy with me having a side person here. When we talked about it in the beginning, I asked her to examine it and ask why she feels jealous. Eventually our talks tapered off, but I knew it was still bugging her. I'm trying to stick to the wave tops to save writing in a library. We have a great poly friend. They all have a great poly friend that turns them on to this crap. I was more than willing to help us both during the hard times. She hasn't reached out. I offered to read through books on this subject with her, and she just stopped. I tried to help her work through it, but we all know about horses and water. Yeah, guess what? Newsflash, these open relationships, open marriages don't work. They cause a mess. And worse yet, they have kids, making things even worse. How stupid can you be? The conundrum with which I'm faced is that she's now threatening separation tomorrow or monogamy. My way or the highway. And I gotta ask, when she first brought this up, if he said the same thing, what do you think her answer was? I bet she's probably saying before, open marriage or we're done. We also have 2 young children whom we adore greatly. Smack. Just smacked him earlier. Dude, you fucking jackass. You got 2 kids and you're gonna screw up the family life just so you and your wife can get thrills. Whether she wanted this thing or not, no. You're gonna mess things up and hurt the kids for your own getting some thrills. It's difficult to imagine not tucking them into bed like I do 5 nights a week. It's difficult to imagine not singing my daughter to her special song every night. It's also difficult imagining monogamy with little hope for physical intimacy, and again having to rely on someone for whom I know isn't wired that way. Additionally, the fuel on the fire is that her anger came from searching through my phone while I was asleep, especially not being honest about it. I've already confronted her about that. To be clear, I'm not asking Reddit to solve my issues. They're my own and ultimately my decision. I'm fully aware of that. I'm looking for some discussion and the hard questions. Here's a question. Why the hell did you 2 get married in the first place? And you say that your marriage has no love or affection or anything like that, and so she had to go find it elsewhere and you had to go find it elsewhere. Why the hell are you still married? Well, they're married because of the kids, but they're both miserable. And she wants to close the open marriage thing that obviously she wanted, and now he's then go back to a loveless, SCX-less marriage. No, that's still a bad idea too. But the problem is they got 2 kids. And the problem is that when you have a marriage with kids and mom and dad are miserable and can't stand to be around each other, there's no love and affection, those kids one day very, very likely will become like that and seek out partners. It's the same thing. I've witnessed this more than once throughout my life. And it's a sad thing to see. So it's far better just to part ways and start over, but be good parents separate from the kids. Of course, I don't want anybody to get divorced, and I don't want kids to be hurting about that because it messes kids up. But when things get bad enough, there's no point staying together. It's only going to get worse and worse and worse. Because minor resentments turns into fighting all the time, and the kids see all that. Next thing you know, they're doing bad at school because of the turmoil at home, and the guidance counselor starts saying, what's wrong? What's wrong? And next thing you know, it's a big fucking mess. But open marriages is not the solution. You try things out to work things out, and if they don't work, then you part ways. End of story. But this whole thing, but it's amazing to me, again, they did the open marriage thing. It's working out for him, but not working for her, and she wants to close the whole thing. So again, proving do not do this stupid ass thing.